Shalom, this is Amonute, Tayac of Piscataway, Sophia Spiritualite, your friendly neighborhood Shuman, and we're here with a discussion on some suggestions that I am going to make on how to better direct your energy during the day. I talked about this in my full moon video, which if you didn't see that, you have to come over to our Telegram channel where that is posted. But I had mentioned that I was going to try and figure out a way for people to better organize their thoughts. Now, I know that there are people who don't necessarily need this kind of intervention, but me being an earth sign and sort of this heavy water sign, I have to have a direction to flow. Okay. Fire signs, air signs might not have this same exact problem because they're pretty good at staying on top of stuff like that. But if you have a lot of earth, a lot of water, this should be helpful, because one thing I'm learning is that you have to set the sail. I mean, I knew that because I had done a lot of research into personal development and listened to a lot of people like that, right? But this is more specific. Like, this is literally, okay, you literally have to set the sail. You literally have to direct your brain the way that it's going to flow, given the energy information that's coming through, so that you can stay on track. So we had been given a message over a year ago that we needed to be more intentional with our thoughts, right? And to be more serious about our meditation. And so meditation is not just sitting in silence and waiting for something to come to you. You are also capable of influence meditation so that you can direct the way you want things to go for you. Now, a lot of people do these techniques without having done any of the quote unquote spiritual work that we've done over here. And sometimes they end up having problems later in life because they don't have the balance of dealing with what naturally occurs for them, what's naturally assigned to them, and making sure that those things are not creating sabotage points, especially in relation to the celestial alignment. So you may have somebody who is one of these quote unquote spiritual gurus, but they don't get into the spiritual stuff. They strictly stick to the mindset and whatnot. Well, if they get a particularly bad placement, like a Saturn return, like something that activates their Pluto in a way that they're not really prepared to, or maybe they've got a stellium in the 8th house, which is all about birth and death and rebirth, and you know what I mean. These things can all create problems because they don't know themselves on the inside, and knowing yourself on the inside is knowing yourself in relation to the stars and in relation to the sun, as that Beyonce song goes. So when you have those things down packed, these things are easier to implement, and you can physically see how they work. So this is what I'm doing, and I'm sharing this so that you can perhaps set your day up in a similar way. So when I first wake up, I start with the mantra that is for the moon that we're in. So for the week before the new moon and the week after, or the full moon, so we're on the full moon. The week before the full moon and the week after the full moon, I'm doing the I am releases all blockages. Now, if you can remember, you can go into the specific thing for that moon and really tie it together. I just thought that was going to be too complicated for me at this point. I want to start easier, and then I will ramp it up. But so I'm just, as soon as I wake up, I am removes all blockages. I think on Monday we'll switch into the receives, because we'll be in the shadow of the new moon, and so it's time to switch gears. So this is what you do the first thing you wake up. Now, before the sun comes up, one of the brothers in the private group specifically says exactly how long, and I'm not going to give away his specific information. So instead, I'm going to say before the sun comes up, pre-dawn. you want to say, I am the light, and you want to see yourself. You want to see the light pouring into your aura and surrounding you. You want to visualize. These things don't work without a visualization to go with it. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention that. So for the releasing all the blockages, I just see my, like, a total blowout of my aura. Like anything that's stuck in my aura, I just imagine it being blown out, like with a, as if I was a vacuum cleaner, or not a vacuum cleaner, an air thing, and you just blow it out, or a fan. I'm fanning it out from the inside. Just imagine it, my whole aura being blown out. Okay. So, and then when I do the receives all experiences, I'm going to imagine myself as a magnet drawing in all the different experiences. Okay. And then for I am the light, I'm just going to imagine the light coming in through my, like my third eye, or even through my crown chakra, and going, filling my whole aura. So I do that every day. And it doesn't have to be long. These things don't have to be like hours and hours. It's just real quick. Now, the third thing I do, which is in the middle of the day, it could be at your lunchtime. It could be, sometime while the sun is shining. You want to do a mantra. And once I finish this, I'll show you the mantra that I'm suggesting and tell you why. So the next thing you want to do, when the sun is getting ready to set, you notice it's dark outside, you can say, I am the vine. And you can go back to my I am the vine video. I'll share it again. And because remember, when Jesus says he is the vine, his father is the vine dresser. So basically, if you are the vine, you have no capability of taking care of yourself. The vine just sits there and is pretty and produces the fruit. Okay. The vine dresser is the one who comes in and prunes, takes the fruit off when it's ready, that kind of stuff. So it's a way of releasing that stuff from your responsibility and putting it on the divine, the creator, to actually be the one who is the vine dresser. So for that, I imagine myself as like a grape, or like, something. I imagine myself as an apple, and let the, grape is better because it's a vine, and just imagine the Most High coming through and taking care of the vine. So that's, again, a really quick visualization you can put. Now, right before I go to bed, I try I remember to say, today was a great day. Today was a great day. What this does is, it actually, when you go to sleep, it's just like basically when you go into the other realm when you die. You spend the first 7 years after death replaying your last your whole your whole life. You spend the first 7 years after death replaying your whole life. Well, when you go to sleep, you spend the first part of your sleep at night, replaying the whole day, making sure, to see what you did wrong, whatever. You spend the whole night replaying it. Well, when you say today was a great day, you don't have to spend so much time replaying the whole day. You just like, today was a great day. And then you can move on to whatever it is you need to be handling in your sleep state. So this disarms your monkey mind from saying, hey, you did this, you forgot to do that, this and this and this, all this happened, that happened, so on and so forth. Just totally disarm it and say, no, today was a great day. Even if it wasn't everything that you wanted to be, this is a technique to disarm your mind from going into this thing that it does. Okay. So here's the mantra that I got from another person who does the human design. I think I've shared some of his stuff. He didn't call it this. It's called something else. Did I write it down? The Chandra. Oh God. Lord, I can't remember what it's called. Okay, well, anyway, this is the mantra. I shared it. Okay, I shared it on my community page. The real name. So this one is Ad Gore Nama, Juga Gore Nama, Sat Gore Nama, Siri Gore Deva Nama. It says, and it means, I bow to the primal guru, I bow to eternal truth, I bow to true wisdom, I bow to great divine wisdom. And so this gentleman, in describing this mantra, he says it gives you 9 seconds of time and 9 feet of space. So for example, if you're going down the road and somebody looks like they're about to crash into you, you can say this mantra. It will literally go back 9 seconds and let you swerve, or it will literally give you 9 feet of space that you didn't have, so that maybe this truck misses you or whatever. So I thought this was the best mantra to start with. This is the one that puts time and space around us, so that these things, when they're coming towards us, hey, they can't get it. Now remember, when you say a mantra, you're supposed to say it 108 times. 108 is a very significant number. If you didn't know, my tarot spiral is based on 108 year intervals. That's how I calculated what time period we're on right now. So 108 is a very, very important number. It also happens to be one of my numbers because I was born on the 18th. So this is a very, very important number for turning things around, because 180 is half of 360. So you can see these things are very, very significant, these numbers. So you want to say it 108 times. And when I say mantras, I use some kind of, the beads to keep track of the numbers, so that I make sure I do 108. And, this could take up to 15 minutes. That's why I say maybe do it at lunch or after lunch, whatever, to give you this time and the space that you need for the rest of the day. And then, of course, it's good to memorize this, because like I said, if you're in a very serious situation, you can give yourself 9 seconds and 9 feet. In the guy's video, he describes how this works. And if I find videos specifically describing how that works, I will share them. But this guy seems to know what he's talking about, and there's no reason he would be saying that if it weren't true. So I'm not going to research every single thing somebody says when it sounds right, especially once you know 108 is 9. I mean, it's sense. And then when you listen to it, I bow to the primal guru. So it's you asking your higher self to come in and give you more time. You asking eternal truth, the creator, to give you a few more time or space. True wisdom give you more time and space. Divine wisdom to give you more time and space. Of course, what we all need is more time and space from these different, whatever you call them. So, I hope that makes sense. Plus, I have this cute one that you can, whatever it is you're going to use to do that. So I would like for people to try this out. See, of course, you don't have to do that mantra. You can pick another mantra. There's lots of mantras, mudras, whatever. I'm suggesting that you do that in the middle of the day. That one seems like the one that's the most relevant right now. And someone specifically recommended it in relation to the actual eclipse. So that's what really was like, okay, yeah, this is clearly a sign. I want to make sure I share this with you all. So, it might take a little while to get it going, and you want to just do the best that you can. Nobody is, it's you against yourself. This is not about anybody else. Like, I haven't gotten to the mantras yet because I wanted to make the video first so that I would, be starting with everyone else. And so that's something that I am adding into my schedule. So I hope this meets you all well. You're welcome to join our group. The link is in the description. And Shalom. We'll see you in the next video.